Vai ser Good evening, everybody, and welcome at Zandvoort. Tonight we will watch the round 3 of the Belgian F4 Championship. And we are in the dunes in Holland, not in the Dutch mountains, but that's only a song old people like me know. So good evening, and also good evening, Jean.
Good evening, Ronald. Good to be back.
Yes, you haven't commentated on the first 2 rounds. That was
No,
I was
indeed.
joined by Thomas. So how are you looking forward to this one?
A lot. I've been watching the broadcasts as well, and it looked very exciting. Lots of good and close battles. A very interesting format with 4 sprint races. So yeah, very much looking forward to it. I think we're in for a lot of action at Zandvoort tonight.
Yeah, and it's indeed a special format, and it's something we hope to have right this time, because the first race we had some issues with the heat format. It's not always very clear on iRacing what will happen, so we do hope that all settings are okay this evening and we can have 4 races. So currently we are watching the lone qualifying session, so everybody gets 3 laps to put in a time, and based on that qualifying time you will be slotted in heat 1 or heat 2, and then after heat 1 and heat 2 we will have the Consolation race, and then as a final race this evening we will have the feature race with 30 cars. And in the end, points are given in the feature race and in the Consolation race, so that's the final order. So you have a few opportunities to work yourself up the grid. First you have the qualifying. If you don't qualify that good, then you can still make up some places in the heat races, and that will determine your starting place in either the Consolation race or the feature race. So a lot of opportunities to improve yourself.
Yes, I think indeed that the main focus for every driver is to be at least in the top 15 of their first race.
Yeah.
Because that qualifies them into the big points, let's say.
Yeah, correct. Now each class is also the standings for each class are separate, so that means that we have the Pro class, which you can recognize by the blue color, and then the AM class with the green color, and they all have their own standings. So in the race, you don't fight directly. If you're in the AM class, you're not fighting directly for a position or for points with somebody of the Pro class. The standings are completely separate. Yeah, I think a nice way to prove yourself. It's 2 races with high focus shortly after each other, so quite an interesting evening as a driver. And well, you have some people in the world that can do a 24-hour race and also win a Grand Prix. But let's have a look at the grid for the first heat.
Yes, at the front row, it's Florent Guillaume in pole position with a amazingly fast time, 1:32.9. Next to him it's Lucas Romano. Second row, Jiri Crispijn en Uilenbroek. Third row, Robroek en Verzelen, followed by Laurijs and Schoonackers. Then Gerrits and De Vlieger on the 5th row, followed by Shane van Gansen, and then it's the first AM driver, Stefan van der Smissen. Next up, it's Jonathan Delfoche, last of the pro drivers, followed by Michael Mailleux, Kenny Liebert, Colin Christian, Arno Delins, of Delins, I'm not sure, Dietrich Thiere, and last but not least, Tim Simon. So 19 drivers on the grid of the first heat. The other, I think it's 18 drivers will be driving in heat 2. Let's have a look if they are all gathering in the starting grid. Yes, they are. Still waiting for Uilenbroek and Mailleux. Less than 30 seconds, the lights should go on, and then it's off and racing for the first heat of tonight. 4 races to watch, so it's going to be a very interesting broadcast, and I think we will see the first bits of it in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, still waiting for Michael Mayo to join on the grid. He's taking all the time, and there he is. So that means that the lights will come up quite shortly. There they are.
And the lights are out, and we're off for race 1. A good start for Florent Guillaume at the who started in pole position on the outside there. Immediately goes defensive on the inside and manages to hold off Romano and Crispin, who is getting really close to Romano as well. Followed by Renzo Ellenbroek. Very clean start so far. Side-by-side action. Oh, I think
yeah.
I hear something.
Something went wrong, that's for sure.
Yep, I think that was a small whoopsie between Christian and Delforge. Meanwhile, Guillaume already pulled a gap of a half a second, followed by Romano, also half a second in front of Crispin and Ellenbroek.
Yeah, and like we said in the briefing, it's not an easy track to overtake, although Ellenbroek is trying to make Jiri Crispin a little bit nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a big battle in the opening laps of the first heat, I imagine.
Yeah, and Ellenbroek is setting himself up to have a slipstream attack probably on the straight, because he's fairly close to Crispin, so this could become an attack, the first attack of the evening.
There is a slipstream, but it isn't that big as we anticipated.
No. So you have to be really close to the car in front of you to think about making a move.
Meanwhile, Guillaume already more than a second away from his competition. Looks like he's on another league right now, in a class of his own.
Yeah, in this heat it's also the driver with the highest I rating, 5,462. So you would, yeah, no. So you would at least expect him to be in front, or at least in the top 3 somewhere. And at the moment he is definitely proving that he is worthy of his I rating.
Yes, indeed, and Ellenbroek really attacking as much as he can. Crispin trying to defend, but that's costing him a little bit of time. So Ellenbroek is staying really, really close. This is a difficult corner to overtake, so he waits. He's going to probably try and make a move on the start-finish straight.
Yeah, and I think Lucas Romano is probably thinking, okay, guys, please start fighting each other so I can pull away slightly. Although Crispin is now closer to Romano than Ellenbroek to Crispin. Crispin going for a move. Oh. Yes.
That's very nice move on the inside.
Yeah, but Romano is not having it.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
To be close, but
side by side, that's a tricky corner to go side by side.
Yeah, Crispin in trouble. At the bottom, yeah.
He had some snap oversteer, and I think I heard a little collision.
Yeah, I think there was some form of contact, maybe with Ellenbroek. Yeah, it's very tricky. Yeah, if you go to the inside, it's so steep, and then the car gets unsettled quite heavily. And also before the turn in, there's a little bump in the road as well. And you really don't want to be on the inside of that corner. In the previous version of Zandvoort, it was a possibility to take the complete inside, so you could defend on the inside, but in this configuration you really don't want to be on the inside because your exit is going to be ruined completely.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But in meanwhile, Maxime Robroek jumped up to
Yeah.
4th place due to the little, I think it was some oversteer or understeer from Crispin.
Yeah.
So he's up a position. Jiri Crispin is going to have to defend to Quinten Verzelen behind him. I seem to have a lot of difficulties with the name Crispin tonight.
Yeah, maybe we can have a look, if you can find it in the replay, to have a look at what happened with Crispin when he was passed by Maxime Robroek. It's somewhere in...
I can. Let's jump back to that moment.
Oh yeah, there was contact between him and Albroek, I think.
Yep.
But we saw before we switched to Romano, we saw that Crispin was in trouble actually. His car was sliding a little bit, and probably the rear of the car touched Albroek's car, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could be.
Now, it looks like Quinten Verzelen is also getting closer again.
Yeah, he's staying close indeed. Only a couple tenths back. He just lost 2 tenths, but Jasper Schooneckers is now getting really close. Oh, what was that? That was a contact, I think. Jasper Schooneckers had an off track there. We do have to take into consideration as well that there is an incident limit in each heat. So I think it's after 10 incident points that you get a drive-through penalty.
Correctly.
So that's not much, 10 incident points. Jasper Schooneckers on the inside of Søren Gerrits. And now he's going to chase again after Matthias Laurès.
Ooh, yeah, there you see Schooneckers again, a little bit unsettled, and then Gerrits trying to close the gap again. He's probably going to have a little bit more speed by now.
Meanwhile, Maxime Robroek has passed Renzo Uilenbroek as well. So he's up into 3rd position. And Crispin has joined them again. Oh, I think I hear a spin. That's Matthias Laurès. Oof.
And Verzelen.
That's a big crash. Matthias Laurès.
Oh yeah, it was Matthias
Quinten Verzelen. Quinten Verzelen, who I think he had a spin and Matthias Laurès couldn't avoid him anymore. Oh. So he jumped to pit lane. A little bit too late, unfortunately, but this car wasn't standing still yet, so he couldn't do much really. Except for holding the brakes, of course. That's something you should always do. Maxime Robroek in the lead of Uilenbroek and Crispin. But they have a 5-second gap to Jasper Schooneckers, so that's a pretty comfortable gap to start doing some battling without really risking your position too much. There you see the gap to Jasper Schooneckers and Søren Gerrits, and a train led by Matthias Laurès.
Yeah, if we look at the standings, we can see that currently the car in P15 is Colin Christian, and 16 is Tim, I think Simon, I need to say. So if Tim wants to join the feature race, he has to pass Colin.
Yes, he will have to indeed. Let's have a look. They are not far away from each other.
Also the same mistake.
It seems to be a very tricky corner in these F4 cars.
Maybe we should change the camera point of view, because every time we switch to that camera, somebody is having trouble. But that's because, like I said before, the bump, there's a bump, really a bump before you turn in. And you have to be patient, because otherwise you will get that effect.
Yeah, in GT cars you don't really feel it that much because of the suspension, but in a Formula car it's a lot bigger than you'd think.
Yeah. Also with the Mazda MX-5 as well, you can really just feel the car become
Yeah, we've
loose.
seen you do that a couple times like
Don't
last
mention
week.
that. Don't mention that.
But indeed, the MX-5 is also a very fun track to drive with at Circuit
Yeah.
Zandvoort. It's a very challenging track where I see a position switch possibly between Van Jansen and Laurès.
Yeah, there's a nice four-way battle here. On the inside. They give
Vlieger
each
now
other
on the
room
outside.
to race.
Yeah, and that's a move from the Vlieger to get past Laurès. And Van Jansen as well. He's up into the lead of the race train.
Yeah, it's such a challenging braking zone as well before that.
And now
that
I think Laurès is having some issues because Van der Smissen got past as well. Of course,
Yeah, but he has
he
probably
might
some
be
damage.
having some damage.
Yeah.
I don't see any visual damage. I think, but
yeah, his wing is a little bit bent. His front wing is bent. Yeah.
A little bit. But I think he might have hit a wheel, maybe two even, because he did get a little bit airborne here in this section of the track.
Yeah, he's currently in position 11. And we have about, still 20 minutes to go. So it's going to be a tough job to stay in that top 15 if he's really struggling that much. While in front, it's still indeed Florent Guillaume who is leading the race. Followed by a strong performance also by Lucas Romano.
Absolutely. He's also staying ahead of the rest of the pack. Has a comfortable gap of 2 seconds to Robroek. And he's not going to gain much time, I think, because he's going to be under attack of Ellebroek and Crispin soon. Ooh, that was really close. Such a tricky corner.
Yeah. Yeah, and in this part, it's almost impossible to overtake, actually. Sometimes you can do it going into Schijfvlak if the other car runs a little bit wide, but still it's not an easy task. In this section, there are some possibilities as well to make an overtake, while Ellebroek disappears a little bit. Especially going into this corner, you can go for a different line and try to go for an overtake on the exit.
Ellebroek really staying onto that spoiler.
Mistake by Robroek. Yeah,
that's a little bit too wide. He's going to have to go defensive here, but then that's going to compromise his exit speed, and I think he's going to lose the position. Yeah, Ellebroek already going on the inside. He's going to have to watch out not to lose a second position to Crispin, because he's getting into the slipstream of Ellebroek, and I think that's
a done deal.
Back into fifth for Robroek, his initial starting position. But it's not over yet. He's on the outside. He might make it work, but then no, his line is totally compromised. So unfortunate for him, but yeah, he's done it before in this race, so he might catch up back to P3. Who knows?
Yeah, that's just a small mistake coming out of that corner. A wheel on the grass, losing a little bit of speed, and that was enough to lose 2 places. And this is indeed the battle for P15.
Yes, Dietrich Thieren indeed in P15, followed by Jonathan Delforge, the pro driver. So Dietrich Thieren is going to be looking in his mirrors quite often in the next few corners, because Thieren is catching up quite fast, already going on the inside here, and he looks to have enough speed even to catch up with Christian.
Yeah, first we were looking at the battle for 15 between Christian and Simon. But we forgot about Jonathan Delforge, who is indeed a pro driver. But I think he had some issues in the start. If possible, we could have a look at that incident. I think somebody went off, and then Delforge was a victim of that. But he's already...
Yeah, indeed. He went into pit lane a couple laps ago. I think in lap 2 he went into pit lane.
But he's making up ground, so he's at the moment he's already into the feature race. He's in P14, so it should not be an issue. While the replay is having some issues on his
Again?
own, yeah. So no
And now?
problem there. Still,
Sometimes it works if you just restart it, but
yeah. But
it
we have
doesn't.
to jump to the live again.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
That's a shame. I'll
Yeah,
watch it back later and describe it to you. It's weird. Sometimes it does it, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, we'll have to contact SDK again to ask for some support on that. There's nothing we can really do about that. But still, Renzo Uilenbroek running in P3 before Jiri Crispijn, followed by Maxime Robroek.
Ooh, that was a little bit too wide on the exit there for Uilenbroek. Compromised his exit speed already. Crispijn on the inside there with a difficult passing zone, but he makes it happen very smoothly. And that's Crispijn back into P3. So the top 5 are in their initial starting positions again.
Yeah. And we are halfway. A bit further down the field, we have a battle thing going on between Van Ganze, De Vlieger, Lorraes. They are also close to each other. As if I have a look at the timing, that should be a battle for P10, 11, 12. They should be close as well. Or at least Van Ganze and De Vlieger are close. That's for P10 and P9.
Yeah, absolutely. But Lorraes is not far away, followed by Michael Mailleux.
Yeah, Stefan van der Smith is currently leading in the AM class. Michael Mailleux in second position. And then Kenny Liebert, who was very, very unfortunate last time out. He was leading the race. And then in the last lap, he got disconnected for some technical issue. There was a technical issue and he lost his internet connection. And he lost his victory as well. So there was very... a lot of heartbreak going on there, leading the race, and then just due to a technical issue, losing the victory.
It happens, but that's also in real life, so
Yeah.
that's something they'll just have to cope with. But it's always very unfortunate indeed. I think we've all been having some technical issues at some point, and it's never fun. But at least it's cheap when you're sim racing.
Yeah. Mistake by Crispijn. Again, same.
Tail whip from Uilenbroek, which from Crispijn, which moves Uilenbroek back into third position. Maxime Robroek is not yet there, but he's still staying close. So that might also be his tactic. Who knows? Just wait it out. Just enjoy the race and make sure you get into the feature race.
Yeah. Of course, you do want to have the best possible grid slot on this track because it's not that easy to overtake. So still important. Oh, while Uilenbroek has a little bit of a blip there. Always scary as well.
Absolutely. There's always at least one driver in the league that is having some connection issues at some point as well. I must say that Lucas Romano is staying close to Guillaume though. The gap hasn't really expanded in the last few laps. So he's still at less than 4 seconds away from the pole sitter.
Yeah. And currently, Florent Guillaume also has the fastest lap.
That's an extra point as well.
Yes,
No, but
indeed.
that's only in the
No, it's
feature and
in
consolation
every
race.
race. Yeah.
In every heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in every
That's
heat, you can gain points for or 1 point for the fastest lap. But also, if you have a race without incidents, you will get a point as well. So if you can race
that's.
clean without
I
any,
think that's fair.
yeah,
It stimulates clean driving, which
yeah,
I always like. So that's currently 8 points for Florent Guillaume and 1 for Stefan van der Smisse, the leader in the AM class as well. So he's having the fastest time with 1 minute 34.39.
yeah.
And I'm not aware of his incident points, but if he manages to stay in between his competitors and just drive comfortably to the finish line, then he could keep it clean as well.
Yeah, and tonight Renzo is feeling a bit more at ease, it seems to me, on this track, because in Alton and Zolder he was struggling with the car. It's not his favorite car, that's for sure. But tonight he is performing really well.
There has been a crash with
Yeah.
Dietrich Thieren, I see. And I see that Quinter Brazil is still in pit lane, so he's out of the race after the incident. But Dietrich Thieren had a crash. Let's have a look if it works.
Yeah, this one is okay.
Is it going to be a spin?
A spin,
Yeah, it is
yeah.
a spin. He manages to keep it sort of on the track.
Yeah.
No position lost, but he's still in P16, and now he lost the
Yeah.
connection to Christian. So that might mean that he's out of the feature race and will be driving the Consolation. But that's something we'll know for sure in 8 minutes or something. Still, a lot can happen. Only one person has to make a mistake and go to pit lane, and then he's back in the game.
Yeah. While the battle between De Vlieger and Van Gansen is also still going on, as we see Crispin now. I thought he was thinking about having a... Oh, and Allebroek disappears again.
Yeah, it seemed like he was thinking about it in the
Yeah.
end because the gap was closing really fast. He gained almost 3/10 on that straight just because of a good exit and a slipstream.
Yeah, and Allebroek making a few small mistakes there, while Van Gansen is going by De Vlieger.
Yes, indeed, just made up one more position, so that puts Van Gansen in P9.
Yeah, Allebroek is really using all of the track at the moment. Wide on the apex, on the curb, sorry. Going into the corner, but also wide coming out of the corner, and really flirting with the limit there.
Yes, he is indeed. He must be using all the tire as well, so I
Yeah.
think they're going to be pretty hot when he finishes this race. Let's hope he doesn't overheat his tires.
Yeah, and again a little wiggle on the exit there on the curb. Did that a few times already this lap. That the car was unstable coming out of the corner. And yeah, Crispin is...
Still not going for it.
No.
Maybe he just wants to play it safe, as they are already in a good position to be driving in the feature race. But you can always get too greedy as well.
Yeah, maybe he's just thinking, okay, it looks like Romano is... sorry, not Romano. Allebroek is really pushing very hard, making small mistakes. And he's just waiting for the opportune moment to to pass him. And you can
Meanwhile,
see
the Tiger is
back.
back again into P9. So they've been going on and off for quite a bit. But still behind Stefan van der Smissen, the leader in the AM class.
Yeah, Guillaume running a solid race. Yeah, and if he got away clean, so he's probably having a good chance of scoring that point for a free incident race as well. He's leading. He doesn't have to battle. He has to push, but he doesn't have to push himself over the limit. As he does the fastest lap again.
Wow.
Crispin, now he's going for a move on the inside. Allenbroek braking a little bit later. Oh, going very wide there. And Crispin saw it happen.
Allenbroek
Now he's
a little
on
bit
the...
into the gravel, but he's on a difficult line right now.
Yeah, but he can keep
doesn't
the
manage to
speed.
stay ahead. Yeah, for now we can, but it's a difficult section to pass here because of the... it's not really straight, you know.
No. But he's definitely struggling.
Yeah, or he's driving a really aggressive setup, but it looks like he's struggling indeed. Don't forget, they are driving extremely fast.
Yeah. I would be dead already, so... if they are struggling, then I'm probably in the wall, so...
Yeah, smoking
It's
a
not
cigarette or something, just chilling and watching the others. 2 other crashes have been coming into the SDK. One for Søren Gerrits, who is still in P7, and one for Team Simon, who is in P18, but he was already out of the top 15.
Yep.
We might have a look at it soon, but I think we have to wait and see if Crispin will make another move.
But he had to come out of the slipstream maybe a little bit too early.
Meanwhile, Maxime Robert is thinking, okay, I'll take that slipstream, thank you very much. And he's getting closer and closer again. So the more they battle up front, the closer he can get, and maybe try and catch up with another podium position.
Yeah, Allenbroek defending really well.
Yeah, but you do hear the tires screaming for their lives, though.
Yeah. And I think they are even getting closer to Romano at the moment.
Yeah, but still 5.5 seconds. So I think
he doesn't have to
back
push.
marker that's in between, and that's Team Simon.
Yeah, that's why I was indeed. I checked the timing, and he was Romano was faster the last lap up, so that's indeed my mistake. But I saw a red color, and that's why I thought it was Romano. But then when we check the timing, we can definitely see that Romano is even creating a bigger gap even.
Yep, and Allenbroek still in front, 1.5 minutes to go. So I didn't see the white flag. I think there's going to be one more lap after this one. Or maybe I missed the flag completely. Let's have a look at someone that's passing the start-finish line now. No white flag yet, so that's going to be something for the next time Florent Guillaume passes the finish line. Still driving at a very fast pace, like it's nothing, all by himself. It was a pretty uneventful race for him, I think. He had a very good start, and from then on he was just gone.
Yeah, that means he will have still energy left for the feature race as well.
Yeah, I hope so for him, but he gets some time to rest now because there's still Heat 2, and then there's the Consolation race, if I'm not mistaken, and then the final race will be the feature, right?
Yeah, correct.
Let's see if Crispin is going to give it another go. He's 2/10 away, but the time is closing. The gap is getting narrower and narrower. White flag indeed.
Oh, that's contact, yeah.
That's the contact. That's the contact. He's just going to have to focus to get the car to the end of this lap. Not sure who's to blame there. That's not for us to decide, but it did look quite lucky, I think, because no one ended up in the wall, no big dramas, but unfortunate for Crispin.
Yeah, I think Albrook was squeezing him a little bit, but still leaving one car of room, room for one car. But yeah, you could see it happen.
Yes, indeed.
But indeed, that's something for the stewards to have a look at. If there's a protest, they will check it, and they have a lot of information and camera angles to.
If it's worth it, you know, he's still in P5, so he hasn't really lost much. He's still in the same position as he's been a couple laps ago. They've been switching a little bit in P3, P4, and P5. Florent Guillaume taking the first win of tonight. Congratulations to him. Very strong pace throughout this whole race. Also, big congrats to Lucas Romano. He'll have a very good starting position in the feature race. And then there is the third position, Uijlebroek and Robroek. Yuri Crispin, he's a little bit further away due to the incident we saw one lap earlier, followed by Jasper Schoolnekkers. Oh, Søren Gerrits coming up now. My mistake, it was Tim Simon was following.
Yeah, so Søren Gerrits also joined the KGL racing team.
And we have Laurens de Vlieger and Shane van Ganzen. Next up, it's Kenny Liebert in P11, just out of the top 10, followed by Michael Mailleux. Jonathan Delforge in P13, still in the feature race, as well as Laurès. And now we are waiting for Colin Christian to come over the finish line. He'll be the last driver to qualify for the feature race from this heat. And there he is approaching the start finish. And he sees the checkered flag being waved for the first time. Also, almost spun it around there. Dietrich Thiere out of the feature race. He'll be driving in the Consolation race as well as Arnaud Delance, Tim Simon, who we saw earlier in the broadcast. He'll be seen in the Consolation race. Right now, it's next up, Heat 2.
Yep.
With Vince Peters in pole position. This time he had the overall pole position as well. Followed by Sacha Gorlet next to him. Then it's Colin and Taalman. Followed by De Pape and Warnier. Philippars and Goossens. And then the first AM driver Mathieu Molle. Also Julien Agneses in P10. Then it's P11 Jelle Verstraeten. Next to Nicolas Cordisco. 13, Stéphane Le Guen, next to Musin, Ponchelet and Pao, Bayens and Shana Classes.
Yeah, and that's
on
everybody.
The final row. Let's have a look at where everybody is at. And lights are going on. Another 30-minute race to watch. 18 drivers starting right now. Oh, a very bad start from Mathieu Collin.
I think
Oh no, it's not Mathieu.
It's Sacha Gourlet who had a bad start, I think. Yeah.
Sacha Gourlet indeed. My bad. So he's already into 5th after starting on the first row. A very good start of Vince Peters. Mathieu Collin immediately into 2nd and Thalman into 3rd. Almost some side-by-side action here between Gourlet and the Pape, but Gourlet is again in P4 now. Then it's Warnier followed by Goossens and Agneses. Already 6 tenths ahead, Vince Peters in 1st position.
Yeah, and we will have to see how long Collin can hold off Lucas Thalman. Because just purely based on statistics, Thalman should be able to overtake Collin. But at the moment, Collin is doing a great job.
Indeed, there is a almost 6,000 iRacing difference between the two of them, but I must say Collin qualified before Thalman, so he does.
There's the attack.
He is the proof that iRacing is not everything, you know.
No, definitely. Oh.
But there is Thalman went on the inside for the attack. Now he has the inside again and he makes it past, but it's not over yet because Collin is staying really close, has a better line there. Has some extra speed, but he's followed very closely by Gourlet as well. If he makes a move, he has to stick to that move, otherwise he's going to lose another position.
Yeah, great racing going on by all 3 drivers.
It's crazy how close they...
Trying to put his car on the inside, but...
It's crazy how sometimes they go so close to each other.
Yeah.
It's like they can touch each other through their screens or something, I don't know. Vince Peters a 2nd ahead in the lead. Thalman also 4 tenths ahead of Mathieu Collin. Let's have a look at the first AM driver. Julien Agnes is in the lead. He has passed the championship leader, Mathieu Moll. And early on in the race, I think there's been a crash for Jelle Verstraeten.
Maybe we can have
in P18.
We can have a quick look, maybe. If it's not too long ago, then the replay is not giving us issue. Oh, where is it?
Oh, that's a spin on his own.
Yeah. Oh, and then very good job by everybody else.
Yeah.
Avoided them. Very nicely done. Also good by Verstraeten to just keep the car stationary, not trying to move the car, because then you make it very difficult. Oh, there was contact. That was between... I'm quite sure there was a full elbows out. Yeah, I thought it was Gourlet.
Oh, that's a big contact. That's with, I think it's with Gilles Philipparts.
Yeah, but that means that Gourlet already had some issues because he was not driving in that position.
Yeah, he had just been passed by Agnes. No, excuse me, by Philipparts before. No, that. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Could be. I'm not sure. Would it be able? Would he have? Would it be possible to pick up a slowdown somewhere before that hilltop? Not sure actually, because he was already out of position.
No, but he was. I think that the accident happened with Philipparts, so he's driving in P4 right now. So I think it was for position though. and he didn't really have a slowdown, or maybe he did, but
Yeah, he must have made some mistake because he was closer to Talman before, and
yeah, that's right.
so maybe just a bad exit, and then
Alex Bynes almost on the inside of Parot, but now it's Shana Klaasens, the number 68, who's going on the outside.
yeah, she's thinking, nope.
It's always a risk, but that's racing, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's
she's staying close to Bynes. Behind her, it's Yves Ponchelet. Yves Ponchelet, who is trying to defend to, is it Jelle Verstraat? Yes, it is. Pieter Goos into fourth, made up 4 positions already early in the race, followed by Philippaerts and Warnier. That's let's see what he does.
yeah, that was already a pass before the corner.
Oh, yeah, indeed. I was looking at the wrong car. Indeed, he was. And that's a pass from Warnier on Philippaerts. So maybe Philippaerts is suffering a little bit of damage as well from the earlier contact, because he's lost 2 positions in the last lap.
Yeah, and Agnesis is also pushing, so...
Yes, indeed, that's the AM leader.
Looks like Philippaerts indeed is in trouble. Yeah, I think that the car is a bit loose on the rear is quite loose, so there could be some damage at the back of the car.
Yeah, must be. I think there must be something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's staying in front of Agnesis for now, so it might not be too much of a problem. We'll see. Maybe we can figure it out later. Mathieu Mol, the second in the AM class, who is the AM leader in the championship as well. He's driving in 8th position, so also a very strong position to be in to go to the feature race later on this evening. Meanwhile, it's Shana Klaas is still defending for her 15th position there, behind Alex Bynes, but in front of Jelle Verstraat. So she's being sandwiched between 2 pro drivers
and 2 drivers of the same team as well. Although she's
and it
going
doesn't
for
scare
a move.
her off because she's going on the inside indeed.
But yeah, it's a good. This way, she was more or less defending as well, and also showing herself to Bias at the moment. So I think it was a very good of. Whoa! Now she's in trouble. She had the overspeed, I think, on Bias, but had to lift, and that's why Verstraete is now going by. Yeah, and this is a battle for P15, so very important position, this one.
Yep, so that's unfortunate for Shana Klaas. Is now into P16, so that means she just does not make it into the feature race, but she still has over 20 minutes to make up for it. There's still a lot of things that can happen. She's been driving on the real tracks as well, so she does have the experience and the endurance. I actually sat besides her on a couple of laps. I think it was at Spa, and she does like to drive fast, so I don't think this is going to be a problem.
No, and yeah, she isn't on iRacing that long, so didn't have any experience with this F4 car on iRacing before the series, so learning every race and showing indeed. Also last race she was showing quite some great awareness also. not just looking at the car in front, but also keeping an eye on what's happening behind her and doing a very good job, especially if you're just into this virtual racing. It's very strong already.
Yes, absolutely. There's some big similarities, but there's also some differences as well. But if you're a good driver, you can easily make up for the differences and take the win, just like it looks like Vince Peters will do in this heat for now.
Yeah.
But I must say, Thalman is staying really closer than we saw that the gap between
Bit of a slide
Romano.
there.
Yes, indeed, between the top two in the previous race. So this might be a battle until the checkered flag. Agnes has made it past Philippaerts by now.
Yeah. So Philippaerts indeed dropped another place after that contact with Sacha Gourlet. Yeah, we saw a very nice battle between Kenny Hermans and Thalman in Alton Park. They were so close to each other. Even with these cars, they were bum drafting. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, that's a bit too risky for me. I'll pass on that. Thanks.
Yeah, but it was a great battle between them.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, and they both had to come back from. They weren't in the front at the start of the race. They had to come back from. I'm not sure which position, but it was a really strong recovery race. And then being that racy was, nice show.
Yeah, absolutely. I see there's a very unfortunate incident for Shanna Klaas. She's had a crash. Let's check out the replay. Oh, sorry.
Is it spin? Yeah, it's on the braking. As long as she can keeps it out of the wall, no problem there. Just turn it around and. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna sing Queen for a moment.
No.
So Julien Agnes is in almost in the rear end of Olivier Varnier. Is going to make a move on the outside now.
Varnier holding the inside, keeping it tight.
Ooh, very nice one of Agnes. Has a good line now and makes it fully past.
Nice move.
Makes up another position in the standings into P5 overall in Heat 2.
Yeah. Fair racing, hard racing between Varnier and Agnesens.
Yeah, but now Varnier is going to compromise another position because Philippaerts is on the attack. Varnier will have to be going defensive in the next sector. Immediately a big gap to Julien Agnesens, already over half a second.
Yeah, Philippaerts going wide, keeping it just within the track limits, but losing out.
Mathieu Mol on the inside and makes up a position, getting closer and closer to Agnesens, because Agnesens was really on a roll to get away from Mathieu Mol, but Mathieu Mol said, no, I'm gonna get back to you, believe me. They still have one pro driver between the two of them, Olivier Varnier. And meanwhile, Vince Peters and Lucas Thalman on the start-finish straight, less than half a second apart. So this could be unraveling into a battle for the lead in the next few laps.
Yeah, they are also at the moment the only cars that are doing times below 1:34. And at the moment it's Thalman who has the fastest lap time.
So that's an extra point to him if he keeps it up for now, until the end of the race. We are almost at the halfway mark. And Mathieu Mol has made it past Olivier Varnier. So he's now a little bit over a second away from the AM leader. Julien Agnes is in P5 overall. But Warnier is not far away at all. He's staying in the mirrors of Mathieu Mal.
Yeah, well, Vince could think about, okay, I'm now in P1, so I will be in front somewhere. I will be in front of Thalman in the feature race. But if he would let Thalman go by right now, he could try to stay as close to Thalman as possible. And with some extra help of a little bit of slipstream, he could try to grab the point for a fast lap. But that's a risky business because you have to compromise your grid position for the feature race, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would prefer a front row position to one extra point, I think. But there's been some changes at the back of the pack for P15. Now it's Yves Poncelet. That's a crash. That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's damage for Yves Poncelet. He's not going to be happy.
Alex Baez, I think he lost the front nose.
Yeah,
I thought that was. I was waiting for it. I thought it was going to happen because the left rear tire. I think the drivetrain broke on the car.
It's going to be hard to get that car into pit lane.
I thought. Okay, the front spoiler just reset or something. I don't know. He did a driving pit stop maybe. But he doesn't really look like he's having a lot of damage. He might be slower probably, but.
Yeah, the wing is bent, that's for sure, because you can see it's at an angle. Not sure if the... Oh, I think he's in trouble. Yeah, there's something wrong with that car.
Let's listen to it.
Yeah, he's holding his steering wheel is slightly angled.
I think he'll be going into pit lane. I hope for him because this doesn't really look comfortable.
Yeah, but he's in P15,
or he might try. Yeah, that's true.
But it could be a meatball flag as well, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going into the pits.
Yeah.
So that means Shana Claessen's getting back into the top 15 even after a spin. That's why you really never give up in sim racing or racing at all.
Yeah. But I think Colin is quite close, indeed. What happened to Colin? By the way, I completely missed that. I forgot already. Could it be that there was an incident between Colin and Gourlet, and that's why Gourlet was back?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, he entered pit lane.
Okay.
He had an off track. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
After this battle, let's see if something happens in the next few corners. Another fastest lap for Lucas Thalman, by the way. Yeah,
he's having a little bit of extra speed probably because of the slipstream.
Mm-hmm. It's only 0.07 of a second faster than Vince Peters, though. Let's have a look at Mathieu Collin.
Yeah, that's a bit...
Oh!
Yeah, it's not working.
That's already broken.
Yeah, it's not working on our side, unfortunately, the replay. So you have to inform us about what happened.
And now?
No.
Yeah, we are gonna have to contact SDK because that's pretty annoying.
Yeah. Now, Colin is going for a move on Classes. Classes leaves the door open. He was alongside, so yeah, she had no other option than to yield. So I'm not sure, Jean, were you able to gather some information about what happened to Colin?
No, because if I watch it, then the whole stream is
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem.
freaking out. So
Yeah.
I prefer not to make the viewers
No, seasick.
sick or something. Maybe we have to put a warning for epilepsy at the beginning of the broadcast.
Well, they both went off actually in lap 3.
Yeah,
I
right.
think there was an issue between Gourlet and Colin, and that's why Gourlet dropped back and was close to Philipparts, and there was contact as well. So I think there was an issue between
indeed.
the both of them. That's why they dropped away, and I completely missed that Colin also dropped.
Yeah, me as well. But I think after that he went into pit lane, and that's probably why he dropped.
So yeah, indeed, Benjamin de Pape running in P3. We haven't
all by himself.
Yeah, that's after the issues between Gourlet and Colin, and then later on with also with Philipparts.
Yeah, Peter Goos is also in a strong 4th position, starting P8. Already made 4 positions quite early in the race, even before the 10-minute mark, I think. And he's been doing very well because he has a 7-second gap to the AM leader, Julien Agnesis.
Yeah, and Julien is also doing a great job again in Alton Park. He took the win off his teammate because his teammate had some issues. But definitely, showing himself again up front.
Absolutely. In the meanwhile, still less than 3/10 of a second of a gap between Peters and Thalman. I think this might be going on for quite a while. At this point, I'm not even sure if Thalman is going to make a move because he's been staying close for the whole race.
Yeah, well, if he can keep up the speed and keep up the pace together with Vince Peter, there's really no need. Just, I would, last lap. It's the only lap that counts actually at this point. It's just trying to grab that grid position. But no use. If he would overtake now, then he still has to defend a couple of laps. So I think it's better to stay on the slipstream, stay close to Peters, and then try to create an opportunity in that last lap.
Yes, indeed. There's 7 minutes on the clock, so I think that's going to be another 5 laps, including the white flag lap. So plenty of time to stay close, learn how Peters is driving around the track, because that's going to be into his advantage in the next round.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and he's still having the point for the fastest lap as well. So that's the you can actually just score 2 points in this race. That's a 0 incident race and the fastest lap. That's the maximum amount of points you can score in the heat races.
Yep, the heat races, the feature race is the main focus for everyone. I see that Jelle Verstraeten and Fabrice Parot are battling as well. Another position gained by Jelle Verstraeten, who dropped to the back of the grid in the beginning of the race and has made up his way back into P11. So good performance on his side. Unfortunate for the event in the opening laps. And here the battle for P5 continues between Agnesis, Warnier and Moll. Trying to make the best out of the slipstream they can get into the chicane. A little bit in the gravel with the left side tires. Oh, another fastest lap for Thalman. He keeps on improving his time, really focuses on learning the most out of this track and out of Vince Peters' behavior in the first heat, or in the second heat, but his first heat. Now, just a tenth of a second behind Vince Peters.
Yeah, on the exit of that corner, yeah, hairpin. It's not. Is it the Hugenholz corner? That one. The banked corner there. The small carousel.
I'm not sure.
I think it is actually.
Maybe someone in the chat knows it.
Yeah, I think it's Hugenholz, and you could see that Peters had a. Peters. I'm saying Peters. Let's say Peters. He had a slightly wide line coming out of the corner. The car was not stable, while the line of Talman was a bit cleaner, and that immediately showed in that SS section where that the speed of Talman was a bit higher than Vince, his speed.
Yeah, possibly. Peters is really using all of the track.
He's
move to
going
the
for
inside
it.
of Lucas Talman. He's going for it on the inside here into Tarzan.
Going wide,
And
cut back
almost
by
makes it.
Peters.
Well, yeah, now it's Peters on the inside, so he gets the position back.
That's
But now
risky.
it's Talman on the inside. Really risky move. He's not going to have the right exit speed. Now they're side by side.
He's keeping the momentum
But
more or less.
difficult.
He's going to be on the inside for Schijflaak. Oh.
Still side by side. Talman on the inside.
Not giving an inch.
He's keeping the inside really wide
Yeah,
outside.
now
there.
he has to protect the inside again.
Whoa.
Oof.
I am.
Now that's Peters' corner now.
Yeah, I think as well.
Talman is fighting
But
back.
it's not over yet. They are going to fight into the braking zone of the chicane. Talman brakes late.
There's a bit of
Ooh.
some kisses.
Some wheel rubbing as well. There was some risky business. Talman in front, but it's not over yet. Very aggressive driving on the braking zone there. Now a good line of Peters, and he could get the position back, but Talman is blocking off the inside. Peters is staying behind him for now. Makes his way to the outside line, and will try to undercut into the first corner. There was no white flag yet, so that means there's two more laps to go.
So now I would try to just, but maybe they already lost a little bit of momentum starting the lap. But this is the opportunity for Peters to try to set the fastest lap, using the slipstream as much as possible. But could be that the start of the lap was already compromised because they were fighting already. So
yeah,
maybe
then you'll
not
have to do it
ideal.
in the last lap.
Yeah, and still go for the overtake.
Yeah, maybe on the line, you know.
Oh, I think. Okay. Oh no, sorry, nothing. I think nothing. I just had a look at the timing, and I thought I saw a change, but that's nothing.
Still Talman in the lead. He's going to cross the lead for the second time now. Cross the finish line in the lead. This is not going. Yeah, now we are going to start the final lap of the race. Indeed. So there we should see. Yeah, we see the white flags being waved. Talman taking the inside line. Vince Peters staying besides him. Ooh, a little bit under the grass there as he goes back to the outside line, and that compromises his exit speed, I think, a little bit too much. So this, if he wants to position back, then it would be at the start-finish line, I think.
Yeah, but it's a short sprint, so
Yeah.
you really have to be close. Going into that Leyendair corner. Otherwise, it won't be possible. Another opportunity might be where in this section he's going wide, maybe trying to look for another line.
Yeah, maybe into the
But
braking zone.
Talman
on
is going to
chicane.
cover the inside here.
If Pitts gets a good exit now, we can try something in the braking zone. Oh, he's on the outside. Gets pushed all the way off the track,
Oh.
almost. That was a very close call.
Yeah,
Oh, and that's
another kiss.
they really don't give up. Still side by side, wheels almost
they're
locked
really
into
flirting
each
now.
other. And this is going to be a battle to the finish line, as I predicted in the beginning of the race. Amazing Talman in front now. He has the inside line, but Pins Peters might have a little bit of extra speed.
No.
Is he going to
It's
cut
Talman.
it? It's going to be Talman indeed, with 12 thousandths of a second for the lead. So amazing battle between them. Third position is for the Paap, also a very strong race, and as well for Peter Gools, finishing in P4. So strong performance throughout the whole race. Then it's Agnès is the first of the AMs, followed by Olivier Barnier. Mathieu Mol, the second AM, followed by Stéphane Le Guen, Gilles Philippaerts, and Nicolas Cordisco. Then we see P11, that's number 67, Jelle Verstraeten, followed by Fabrice Parot and Sacha Gorlet, who we saw starting on the front line and messing it up a little bit. Maxime Mussin, Mathieu Collin in P15, so he's the last driver that makes it to the feature race. The other drivers will be going to the Consolation race that will be starting right after this heat is over. So that's Shana Klaas is in P16 going off the line. Showed some strong pace in the beginning of in the first half of the race, but had a small spin which put her back to P16. And then there is Alex Bynes, who I think he was involved in the incident with Yves Ponchelet. So he's the 17th driver to come over the start finish, and that's straight into the Consolation. So no rest for the wicked. Ronald, tell us something about the starting grids.
Yes, so we will only have 7 cars that have a shot. There's still one car that's going to have a shot to get into the feature race. So in pole we have Dietrich Thiere, followed by Shana Klaases, Arnaud de Link, and Alex Bynes in P4. P5, Tim Simon, Yves Ponchelet, P6, and Quinten Verzelen, P7. So let's hope those cars can keep close to each other, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yes, indeed.
It's their moment
also,
to shine.
If it's going to be a calmer race, we can talk some more about the format and the point scoring system and stuff, because we haven't really been able to have the chance to talk about it, and it's quite complicated for an outsider, I think. So might be interesting to get some insights. Everyone is on the grid, so that means the lights are going on, and they should be going off, and that's a good start for Dietrich Thiere in pole position. Next to him is Shana Klaases, keeping her position as well. The grid is unchanged for now, I think. No, it's Alex Bynes making up position, and Quinten Verzelen making up a full row into P5 after he had some bad luck in Heat 1. He shows that he does have the pace on the outside line there.
Risky.
Oh, that was too good to be true.
Yeah, there was no... Yeah.
He's teleported straight into pit lane.
Yeah.
I think that's a glitch in iRacing. When you leave a track, you just get teleported to pits.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for Alex Bynes, because, let's be honest, he didn't really deserve that.
No, and I must say, I did the same thing without the crash, but I also tried to go for the outside there, even over the grass in the MX5 race, but It's so risky, and you have to back off. That's really no, yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult because
Yeah.
the driver in front is never going to look in his right
No,
mirror
no,
at
he's not
that time. He's
expecting a
going to be
car
looking in the left
at
rear
that side.
mirror.
No. But nevertheless, we still have a race on our hands between Dietrich Thieren and Shana Glasses, and then it is Arnaud Delins. And yeah, I really have to. I'm just going to call him Arnaud at the moment because I'm very unsure about his last name.
I think it's the last.
The last. Yeah, that could sound. That sounds.
In like in French.
Yeah, that sounds okay.
First time we crossed the start-finish line, and it's Shana Klaas going for an attack on the outside. Trying to pass Dietrich Thieren. If she could undercut here or stay on the outside and have some extra speed, but that's something maybe for in the next few laps. There is plenty of time to get to know each other, because I don't think they have battled on track yet, or not that I have seen tonight. So might be a good opportunity for Shana to study her opponents.
Yeah, she's definitely pushing, even showing herself in this section. Just putting on the pressure. Both cars going quite wide, actually. So they are pushing and maybe a little bit nervous.
Yes, indeed. And there's still 30 points to win in this round. So that's still some good points for the championship standings. So I think Shana will want to maximize that, as well as every other driver, of course.
Yeah, we have 5 AM drivers at the moment, so they are definitely fighting for some very solid points.
Yes, I'm looking at the standings and I see that Shana Classes is in P6 in the AM's championship with 156 points. So adding 30 points to that could right now put her in P1. But of course, Mathieu Mol, who is the championship leader, will score some points as well tonight. And even more than Shana will, because he's in the feature race, and there's lots and lots of more points to win there.
Yeah, well,
up to 100 points overall.
You're almost right there, because like I said it before, the standings are scored or set up per class, and if we would have completely full grid like in every heat race and and also in the Consolation, then yes, the points would be they would maximum score 30 points, because we have less cars. Yeah, it's you have to read the rule book, actually.
I am reading it right now, but it's too much words.
Yeah, so they will be ranked. So first the AM drivers in the feature race, and then the AM drivers in this race. But for instance, for example, if there is only one AM driver in the feature race, and that will get the points for first position in the AM class. But then if an AM driver wins in this Consolation race, he will get the points for the second place. So they're just ranked per position, actually. So there's not a gap of 30 points suddenly, as we see the Lance going for a move on Classes. Classes still defending. So basically, the heats are actually, because we had 55 cars in total, but that would be a mess if you would race 55 of these cars all at once. Also because we have quite some differences in iRacing. Some people are just new and just starting to learn everything, so that would be a bit of a recipe for disaster, as they say, if you would put 55 cars with all those different skill levels all at once on the track. So that's why we opted for the heat format, just to spread the field a little bit. But in the end, the positions are just scored like if they would have been in one race, more or less. So But indeed, we have a nice battle. Tirus trying to pull a gap. He's probably already breaking the slipstream as Classes and the Lance and also Ponchelet is getting closer.
As he went into the gravel.
Yeah.
So you jinxed it. Thanks
Yeah.
for that. Now it's Ponchelet who is going to make a move. He's moving to the outside line. If he has enough speed, he can make it past in the braking zone. He already makes it past, so that means the Lancer really lost too much speed there in the gravel. So that's Ponchelet into the top 3 of tonight's race, Consolation race.
Yeah, and indeed, it's a good. We have. It's a good time for us to have a look at some of the giveaways because we see that.
Yes,
Simon...
I was just going to say there's more than points to score, right?
Yes, indeed. So Simon is in the YouTube chat, and maybe we can have a look if he would be able to join us. So, Simon, if you are able to join us in the commentary, then we can have a look at those giveaway contests. And indeed, Kevin, only 7 drivers, but who needs 50 drivers if you have these 4 cars battling? So they really are showing themselves at the moment. So they will get a lot of airtime. And it's actually a great battle between those top 4 cars.
Hello. Oh la la.
Okay, so we have Simon. So we will keep an eye on the battles, but let's have a listen to what Simon has to say. So good evening, Simon.
Good evening, guys. Hope you have a fantastic racing evening. So I'm here to quickly present you the giveaway we have all season long. So for every round, we have from our partner IMB Raceware some stuff to give away. So we have one time a £20 voucher and a pair of sim racing cards. So you can just go to the spreadsheet, put in your name and your email address, and then after the race, I will select the winner for each of the stuff and then contact you. And I think it's a great thing, of course, to have such partners for this event. And have fun, guys. Get in the spreadsheet and take a win.
Yeah, I was just watching. Because there was a nice battle again between Classes and Tirus. They're really close to each other now. Also, Classes and Tirus and Ponchelet is also now in P3. Simon, the link for this giveaway, where can we find it? Is it in the YouTube chat already, or do we have to drop it there?
No, it's in the YouTube chat and on the Discord under announcements.
Okay.
It's there every week, so every round we have you can take part in it.
Okay, so let me have a look. I will try to drop the link maybe once more. Yeah, that should be there as well. So yeah, definitely a nice opportunity to win some sim racing goodies offered by IMB Raceware. I know the socks are already trending, so it's if you go to a barbecue or a party in summer, you have to wear those socks of IMB because they're really it's the trend of the summer for sure. So make sure that you join the giveaway. Fill in the information in the Google spreadsheet, and you can get some nice stuff for your sim racing career.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to have customized sim racing gloves and stuff, you can check them out. Really nice team. They get you all your custom design on the gloves and shoes. So yeah, have a look at the website.
The
Perfect.
socks and gloves would be a good fit as a Tinder profile pic. So
Yeah. So a
Uh,
great, definitely a great opportunity to get some nice things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wear them all winter long because they are a bit thicker as socks, and I love to race with them. I wear them all winter long,
Yeah.
so I can just recommend these.
Yeah. Well, perfect. Yeah, well, with sandals, Anton, you could still see the socks, and while Terence is spinning, I think it was on his own. I think he made a mistake on the braking, and is that contact? Because his car looks like it's damaged.
yeah, it does look a little bit like
So
he had
maybe a tap
contact.
from behind. They were close to each other, but I was not sure if it was. So let's have a look. Glasses is going for the outside, then guts back in. Oh no, he lost it. Oh, and then there was a tap. That's
There
why.
was
So
a
he lost it on
there
his
was a
own, but
tap indeed.
yeah, that race car is broken. That's for sure. So unfortunately, he is going to drop back. But that means that we have, and I think it's the first time in this series that we have one of the female drivers leading a race.
Absolutely.
So yes,
there's a first for everything. You know?
yes. If you're live in chat, this is absolutely a moment in history. So
You've seen it here first.
yes, absolutely.
At stargrid.tv. So Shadaklas is in the lead, followed by Delance and Ponchelet. I think it was Ponchelet who had a little bit of a tap on the rear right wheel when Thier had a spin.
Yeah, so if he's lucky, he won't have too much damage. Sorry.
There was another crash in the event. Let's have a look. Maybe a spin from Simon.
Yeah, I think he's losing the rear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Shana indeed, as she is in the lead of the race after 9 laps, almost at the halfway mark. So if she can keep it up for another 10 laps, let's say, then she can take her first win in this championship.
Yeah, still a long way to go though, and she really has to focus now on her own race. Just hit every apex and make no mistakes. And don't look back too much. Okay, you have to be aware of the other cars, but just focus on the road ahead and keep pushing, because Delance and Ponchelet are no slow drivers either. So we will have some battles going on within a few moments, I think.
The only 2 pro drivers in the Consolation race are out of the race, it seems. Quinte Verzele immediately out of the race after the first lap incident in the banked corner, and Alex Baez, he tried to continue a little bit longer, but out of the race as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's also a very important thing, actually. Even though you crash, you still have to try to finish the race, or at least do 50% of the laps, because if you do not drive 50% of the laps driven by the leader, there will be no points.
Yep. That's only fair, in my opinion. If you don't finish it, you don't get rewarded for it as well. So
yeah, it's also a mindset. You can have some bad luck, yeah. You can make a mistake also, but just put your head down and keep racing and try to make the best of maybe a bad situation, but just try to make the best of it. And every point counts in the end. If you... yeah, there was a little bit of... Oh, okay. Just no. I was thinking. I was thinking of something else, and I wanted to say something about the braking because it was with a lot of enthusiasm that he was braking there. Almost overshot, I think. But I was saying every point counts, and remember, it was Abu Dhabi, I think. Was it just 1 point?
I think.
Something like
yeah,
that?
I think it's something like that indeed.
Yeah, so every point is important. As we see
Absolutely.
Poncelet trying to attack his teammate.
Yes, they are quite close to each other. And as you were saying, every point counts, and that's very important indeed, because there's after tonight there's still 3 rounds to go in the championship.
Yeah.
So there will be a round at Okayama, then one at Virginia International Raceway, and at the final will be at Spa-Francorchamps. So lots of opportunities to gain some points, but not that much either. After tonight, we are halfway through the championship, so yeah, every point counts, like you say.
Yeah, there is one drop round, so everybody has got a busy schedule and work, study, stuff like that, and life can get in the way sometimes. So there is one drop round, so only the 5 best points will count towards the final position in the championship. But even then, that's just still important to maximize the points every race. If you have the opportunity, just try to grab some points. Oh, is that a...
Yes.
Oh, I was thinking...
No,
I was
it was
almost
a fake.
thinking he was going for a pit stop, but it's probably
Yeah,
to break the slipstream.
Yeah, you got tricked by the last.
Yeah.
I was having a look at the AM Championship standings, and I noticed that Shana Klaas is in front of all of her AM competitors that are in the Consolation race. So that means that she will expand the gap to those competitors even further if she stays in front during this race. But of course, there are still some other AMs present tonight, just like the championship leader Mathieu Mol and runner-up Julien
Yeah.
Agnesis. They are only separated by 5 points, and they will go even further away from classes, as well as Michael Mailleux, who's 3rd in the championship, but she'll get some good points tonight, I think.
Yeah, just have to keep up the current...
The fourth driver in the AM standings is not present tonight. It's Fabio Cumbo.
Yeah, indeed. And apparently Thomas of Autosport.be is telling me that it's quite risky to talk about Abu Dhabi while in Zandvoort. Now, however,
he does have a point, but it's in our advantage.
Yeah, but I wanted to reference the MXGP, so the motocross. Not sure what year it was, but I think it's the same year actually. It was also 1 point difference between another Dutchman, Herlings, and Favre. The championship was also decided in the last race with 1 point. So yeah. But I was guessing
on the outside of the last and making it past quite easily. It almost looked like a team order, but I think it was proper racing.
Yeah.
And maybe the last acknowledges that Poncelet has more pace at this stage of the race. With 10 minutes to go, I'm not sure what happened, but it looked like Poncelet is pulling away now.
Yeah, and let's not forget, I haven't checked the fastest lap times so far, but...
Oh, that's a spin!
Oh!
Poncelet spinning out of the corner. Let's see if he can rejoin safely. Team Simon is far enough away from him. So
yeah, and they are...
that's the last back in P2.
Yeah, and that's also an inter-team battle between those 3 cars, as they are all driving for iRacing. Let's not forget that Classes is indeed running in P1, but she is also scoring the point for the fastest lap at the moment. The last lap out, she did the fastest lap of the race. So really on her own, without slipstream, she just put in the fastest lap of the race. So an extra
Yes,
point
indeed.
at the moment for her as well.
Yes, indeed, 1 minute 35.3.
Yeah, well, I do love racing and cars and stuff, but I have to admit, Thomas, there is a special place in my heart for those guys on their bikes in the dirt because they're just animals.
Yeah, absolutely. Motocross is
It's
on another league.
Yeah, I believe it is Langenfelder who broke his collarbone like 2 weeks ago. Just put a pin in it, and 2 weeks after he broke his collarbone, oh, there was a small blip of the lens. He was already racing again. So crazy.
Another blimp as well, but this time it's from Shana Classes.
Yeah, the thing is, often with iRacing, if there's somebody who is having some issues, it's more or less a disease that spreads in a session sometimes. Could also be on our end, could be on my end as well. At the moment, it's all going quite okay. And Classes is pulling away.
Yep. Well, more than 2.5 seconds gap to Arnaud Delance, and Delance is 8 seconds in front of Ponchelet after we saw a battle. I think it was 2 laps ago, with a very unfortunate spin from Ponchelet, put him back 8 seconds or something. But no major incidents, luckily, unlike we saw in the beginning of the race, with a very unlucky maneuver.
Yeah, and if we look at the last lap times, then the first 4 cars actually are very evenly matched.
In terms of pace, absolutely. The fastest lap is for Shana Classes, but it's only 600 of a second
Yeah.
faster than Ponchelet.
Ponchelet, yeah. And also last lap they were very close. Just all within two tenths of a second. Yeah, 3 tenths more or less, let's say. So very evenly matched. So that means if you make a mistake, you probably are going to lose a place.
Yeah, that's never good. But yeah, remember that there is a point to be given as well to the drivers that drive a clean race without any incident points. I'm not sure if that is still accountable for a driver on this grid. Maybe Shana.
Yeah, I think so. That she's definitely.
I think she's probably the only one because
Ponchelet had
the Lance and Tieren touched, or Ponchelet and Tieren touched. I don't know, it was one of them. And Simon had a spin, and the others are out.
That could be, if she doesn't make any mistakes, that could, at the moment she would score 2 extra points.
Let's see, 5 minutes to go, 5 drivers still on track. I'm not sure if we're gonna see some battles in this heat, but I am sure that we're gonna see a lot of battles in the feature race, because there we are going to have a big 30-car grid, so that's the biggest grid we will have seen tonight. And the best drivers of both races combined. So looking forward to that one. Some impressive results we saw for Vince Peters and Lucas Thalman with the final lap battles. And
also Guillaume Florent up to speed. Lucas Romano. So yeah, we are going to probably have a nice race. If nothing happens in the first corner, then and things stay clean the first couple of corners, it could become a very interesting race. And indeed, the field will be a lot bigger. But I have to say, so far they didn't disappoint me because, okay, now the cars are a little bit spread, but we are already minute 26. So far, the racing has been very close, even with only 4 cars very close to each other. But it was quite interesting the previous laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Always fun to watch all drivers of any level. There's always a battle to be found, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think my muscles will hurt after the feature race because of the tension.
Yeah, well, in Heat 2, when we were in the last lap between Peters and Talman, I was really holding my breath. I couldn't say anything anymore because they were really, really on the limit. At one point, the wheel of Talman was between the 2 wheels on the side of the car of Peters. So just so close to each other. Hefty battle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be intense.
Oh, Ponchlet is in trouble again.
What is wrong? Indeed, he is trying to turn around or something. What is he doing over there? He was on the exit. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
No,
Let
the
me
car is broken,
jump
so
on
yeah.
board.
Yeah, the
It
wheel
sounds
is
like the left front wheel is completely loose.
yeah, that's of no use anymore. So we have
Let's
to
see
be
if he can
careful
make
in
the
this car.
turn, because
Yeah.
he might lose the wheel as well. For now, he is clear. Tier is still a little bit behind him, so he might have to take the
Yeah, they have one
outside
fast
line. He's
repair,
going
so
too fast. Nope, there they are.
oh,
Ooh, that was close though. And I think he will drive into pit lane. Yes, he will. This is Dietrich Thiere following the footsteps of Alex Baez, who is back out on track. So he did fix the car.
he went a little
And,
bit wow. So maybe he was just leaving room for his. Yeah, maybe he heard a message about make sure that you do enough laps. I'm not sure if he will be able to do so actually.
What was the lap count you had to
50%.
50%. Yeah, that's going to be difficult, I think.
Yeah.
Because let's see, he's on his 3rd lap. He's driving his 4th lap right now.
No,
so
that's not going
that's
to.
not going
yeah.
to cut it.
So
1 minute left on
yeah.
the clock. So that means that the white flag is being waved.
We'll have a look.
Yeah, when Team Simon passes the finish line, we should see the white flag. Yves Ponchelet left pit lane already, so I'm not sure if he did some repairs. Is there a fast repair?
Yeah,
No.
they have one. Yeah, it's a white flag,
okay.
and they have one fast repair available to them. Yeah.
But it did cost him the positions, though.
Yeah.
Shana Klaas is halfway
So,
through a lap.
yeah.
Let's have a quick look at what happened to Ponchelet. Oh, yeah, that's...
He went straight through.
Ooh, yep,
boom.
that hurts.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard, but still.
So about half a lap to go, a little less. The gap is 2.3 seconds between classes and the Lance.
Yeah, they're not that far apart though. If the Lance had picked up the pace a little bit more, then this could have been a battle. But it's going to be Shana Klaas taking the win of the Consolation race. Yep. Sorry, and also taking the fastest lap. So that's an extra point. Maybe taking the point for clean race. I'm not sure. There she is passing the finish line, and then it's Arnaud Delance crossing the line in 2nd position of the Consolation race.
Yes, and so far it's indeed still Klaas who has the fastest lap. Maybe Tieren, sorry, not Tierens, can do something about that if he, because he was at the pole as when we started the race, so he should have the pace. Also
There
third
is
place for
Simon.
Tim Simon.
Next up is Dietrich Thiere, followed by Alex Bias, who is 14 laps down. So he won't get the points, but he does have the honors to cross the finish line for the last time tonight.
And they're going for the
They're
team
doing it for
photo.
team pictures.
Yeah.
Let's give them their little moment, shall we?
Yes.
So Dietrich Thiere crossing the line in fourth after starting on pole position. Unfortunately, had an incident in the beginning of the race. Next to him is Alex Bias, and then the last one to cross the line tonight, apart from Quinten Verzelen, is Yves Ponchelet, taking the fifth place in the Consolation race.
Yeah, and that means that we will have about 5 minutes before we head over to the feature race. And we have run over the standings already. So Shana Classes wins the race, followed by Delance, and then Tim Simon in third place. So congrats to that podium. We will have a short break, and then we'll be right back with the feature race. So grab something to drink, maybe something to eat, and we'll be right back for the final race of the evening, and that's the big bang. Although I do hope that's not a big bang at the start. So see you in 5 minutes. Welcome back in Zandvoort for the final race of the evening, the feature race. We will have 30 cars on track. So it's going to be quite hectic the first couple of corners, and all the fast cars are in this grid, so I bet we get an exciting race. What do you think, Jean?
Yeah, absolutely. Top 30 drivers of tonight will be battling for the overall win, and that's 100 points to gain. So that's a lot when you think about the championship standings. But first things first, let's go over the grid. First row is for Guillaume and Thalman, the winners of the Heat 1 and Heat 2, followed by second positions, that's Romano and Peters, followed by Uilenbroek and De Pape. Next up, Robroek and Goossens. Crispijn, and then the first AM in P10, Julien Agneses, followed by Jasper Schoonenkers and Olivier Warnier. Søren Gerrits and Mathieu Mol in P13 and 14. Then next row is Van der Smissen and Le Guin. Then De Vlieger and Philippaerts, Van Gansen and Cordisco, Liebert and Verstraeten, and then it's Michael Mailleux and Fabrice Parot, followed by Kenny Liebert, Jonathan Delforge, Sacha Gourlet, Matthias Laurens.
Need to
Musa.
go to the grid, I'm afraid, because... Yeah,
Oh.
and away we go. Somebody is having some
Just in
issues.
time.
Uilenbroek had a poor start for some reason. He's dropping down the order. And Thalman already in second place, but Peters is going for second place as well. Although he's going to slot in, I think, in third place. Yep, behind Thalman. Yeah, a lot of cars, so...
It was a little bit too fast for my...
Yeah. For the feature race, there's only a 56 or 1 minute gridding time, so it all happens quite fast. But yeah, we are in the business of going fast because we are racing. And I think everybody got away quite cleanly.
Yeah, except for one, I think, because Renzo Uilenbroek jumped to pit
had
lane.
some issues. But I couldn't see an incident, so maybe he had just had some technical issues. But yeah, there is definitely some contact. Is that Peters?
That's the KGL, I think. That's Agnesis. That was the...
Oh! And that's Glasses who gets turned over.
Yeah. She shouldn't really be in the feature race, but that's something iRacing did
we had to
make sure to go on to the next session. But
yeah,
just to clarify the things, Renzo Uilenbroek still in pit lane. Just wanted to check on that as they are crossing the finish line, and there is Søren Gerrits. Yeah, the car is resting onto the front wing. I think that's why it's the right front wheel is not touching the ground.
So two teammates coming together while Florent Guillaume still leading the race before Lucas Thalman, and then Vince Peters and Maxime Robroek and Lucas Romano. So the usual suspects in front.
Also, Jelle Verstraeten in pit lane, but he's exiting already. Probably used his fast repair. Not sure what happened to him. Was it also in the incident we saw earlier? I'm not sure.
Not sure what happened there. Maybe
too many cars to have a look at them all.
Yeah, maybe when we have a moment of rest, we can have. Oh, and another's. Oh, that's a lot of cars going off there. And I think it's another KGL car, one Valkyrie car as well. Philippaerts involved.
Yeah, there's Warnier. Warnier's car looks damaged as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this is 4 points, of course. So probably some drivers taking a little bit more risk and pushing the car over the limit.
Yeah.
But that's why we opted for a 30-car grid, or 31 cars. I don't know. 31 cars maximum, because otherwise it would be even not worse, but it's just if you put 55 cars on track, some stuff will happen. So especially with this close racing.
Maxime Mussin, Mathieu Collin, and Jonathan Delforge, 3 cars in a row, have gained so many positions. Delforge 11, Mathieu Collin
Is that
15.
Romano went off, I think?
Yeah, that's 12 positions gained then for Delforge, and 15 for Collin, as well as 15 positions for Gorlet. So lots of positions made up in the first stages of the race. Of course, some incidents happened. That's why I think 5 or 6 drivers dropped to the back of the grid.
Yeah, you really have to keep your nose clean the first couple of laps. That's the key point. Just try to position yourself and pick up the pieces.
Oh,
that's one of the Eagle cars going wide, I think. Yeah, the Vlieger.
Yep, that was the Vlieger going wide indeed. I think that's Shana Klaas in between Delforge and the Vlieger.
She will get a blue flag, of course.
Seems like she took a fast repair as well, because the car looks pretty fine to me. Lucas Thalmann currently with the fastest lap overall, 1 minute 33.16. But from what I've learned from him tonight is that he will probably go under that a couple more times in the race.
Yeah, as the car gets lighter, they probably are going to nibble away some of the 100ths of a second. So Mathieu Moll is currently leading the AM class. That's very unfortunate for Agnesis, because he was the first AM driver and then had a coming together with, I think, probably one of his teammates. Maybe something else happened and that's why they touched. I'm not sure if the initial contact was between them, because we missed that. If we have time, we will try to spin up a replay. But that means that Moll is gaining some points at the moment.
Yes, absolutely. He's the championship leader. Let me check. Yes, he is the championship leader. And the gap to Agnesis will probably get bigger if Agnesis cannot manage to drive up all the way to the front.
Yeah, and it's not easy yet to gain places, overtaking. We have seen it before. It's not very easy on this track. And while we are watching the midfield battles, it was very funny to see that once Guillaume... Thalmann is going...
Thalmann on the inside, yeah. He's going past Guillaume, and now it's up to Guillaume to defend his position to Peters, because he's next in line.
Yeah,
but Guillaume staying close, maybe on the inside here. Can he make it stick? He does stick, but he doesn't make it.
Yeah, he's going for the...
fast.
Oh, that's...
Oh, that's really close. But he does. Very wide line there from Thalmann, who probably got spooked a little.
Yeah, Thalmann is not happy with that move. He's going to try to do the same thing now on the inside. Whoa, going wide.
Oh, that's going to be a slowdown, definitely.
Yeah.
And he wants to get rid of the slowdown right now so he can maximize his exit speed here. And Guillaume back in the lead. So Thalmann hasn't been in the lead for a full lap yet. Only just a couple of corners, but now it's Vince Peters with the attack. He's going to have a big slipstream. Let's have a look how big the slipstream is. Oh, he's holding back.
He's lifting.
He's playing it patiently. Might try it maybe next lap, but I think he wants to get away from the rest of the pack first. He's not the most stupid driver around there. That's why he's a lot of times in the front. You have to think about some decisions you make.
Yeah, if the speed of Guillaume is sufficient, then both can try to just don't make life hard on each other and try to pull away from Talman, because Talman does have the speed, and this is their opportunity to pull a gap. Still a long way to go. But I think Talman, yeah, he a bit of red mist maybe, trying to repay the move that Guillaume made on him. And then, yeah, went in a little bit too eager and made a mistake. He was very lucky, or not lucky, but just very skilled to keep the car in check and not spinning out, because it was really on the limit there. As we see, Peter Gosses leaving pit lane, so he had an issue probably as well.
And Colin making up another position that makes it 18 positions gained.
Oh, bit of a mistake there. By De Vlieger it was.
Sacha Gourlet also on the hunt. He made up 17 positions since the start and is now driving in P9 overall.
Yeah, Colin is definitely somebody who has the pace, but he just has to make sure that he doesn't make mistakes or get involved in incidents, because the speed is there, but there's just some rough edges still that needs to be ironed out, let's say, and then he will be showing himself in front a bit more, I think. Yeah. Peters and Guillaume not really dropping Talman, who is definitely fighting back. Getting a little bit closer. And I do think we probably have to keep an eye on this battle quite a bit. So if we cannot have a look at all the battles going on in the field, and we're already sorry, but we really need to have a look at this.
Mm-hmm. At the end, it's the winner of the pro class, so the guy with the most points at the end of the championship. As a pro driver, he will get to represent Belgium at the FIA Motorsport Games in 2024. So
yep.
That's a big honor to represent your country like that. And for now, it looks like it's going to be Peters, because he's in the lead of the championship.
Yeah, Talman just grabbing the fastest lap, and he's back with Guillaume and Peters, and I even think that is the fastest lap of the evening, because I haven't seen a lap below 1:33 so far.
Yep, absolutely. First lap into the 1:32s, 1:32.9. So he made up half a second to Vince Peters in the previous lap. He's amazingly fast, so that's why it was a good decision for Peters to not try to attack Guillaume and try to make the best out of it, because otherwise he would have caught up sooner, I think.
Yeah, and you also risk burning your tires too early if you start fighting from the start of the race. This is also another move into Schijfvlak. We have seen some before. And that is Van Ganze and Agnesis. I think, of is it Liebert? No, it's Agnesis going for the
Van
inside.
Ganze, Agnesis and Laurijs as well.
Yes, because Liebert is in front of Agnesis as well.
Yeah, Van Ganze had made it into P20, but it was so close that, one wrong move and you just lose it 2 positions again, and you have to start all over.
And in front of them is another battle
going on. Yep, and they are being caught up by the other 3 drivers because of their battles. It's Colin Christian in the lead, and he's followed by Parot and Liebert.
Yeah, and
we'll attack here.
Yeah, and I'm referring back to the stuff I said last race. You can just pick a dart, throw it at the timing, and you will have a battle somewhere. That's just...
Yeah, I'm not looking. I just click somewhere, you know.
So not always easy to yeah, keep the focus on every battle because there's so much going on. But I'm quite sure that all these drivers are also having loads of fun racing this close to each other. And it looks like Agnes is going for a move on his teammate.
Yep, he just...
Or was at least thinking about it.
Yeah, he made it past. He made it past.
Oh yeah, indeed. Sorry. Yeah, it's 2 KGL cars. They probably have some slight differences maybe.
Ooh, near it's
this is a
in the lead, it's
slipstream
very
battle.
close. Yeah, Peter's getting out of the slipstream really early because he really wants that inside line, it seems. But now it's Thalman making up some speed as well, and he's going to the inside on his... Whoa, that was a close one. Thalman couldn't really fit there anymore. There was already a big battle going on, and it's still going on side by side here into the banked one.
Oh, what a move.
Now, good exit speed for Thalman. Ooh, let's... No, unfortunately for him, there was no space there. Vince Peters in the lead.
So now the question is, Guillaume, Thalman, are you going to fight or are you going to try to keep up with Peters? Because same question as before, but then before it was Peters and Florent. Oh, I think there was a little bit of understeer on the car of Peters, and it gives Guillaume the opportunity to get back, or at least show himself a little bit more. Yeah, you can see on the way the cars behave that they are pushing very hard. They're really on the limit. Peters also there in the previous corner with a little bit of sliding rear. Not that much, but you can see that the car is absolutely on the limit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Peters is the second driver having a time under the 1 minute 33 seconds. So it's still not better than Thalman's time, but it is very fast. And now it's Guillaume on the outside attacking, having the better line in this section, but now he has the outside, so he's probably not going to make it here. But this is the banked corner. It's difficult, but you could make it work, but you could also compromise your position, just like he's doing right now when it's Thalman on the grass.
Yeah, there's contact again. But Thalman has the inside, I think, for Schijfvlak, so that could be his position right now. If they don't touch. Yeah.
Oh, they don't touch.
Big
hit
there.
They keep it straight. How did he manage to keep it straight like that?
Yeah.
That was crazy. I would have shit my pants.
I would probably crashed.
Yeah.
But
that
they have to be careful because these cars do not like to have that amount of contact, actually, especially on the wheels, the front wheels. You really don't want to be bumping into each other on that level.
That was a close one, if you ask me.
Yeah. I think a lot of swearing went on as well, probably. Yeah, but most of us, just normal drivers, would have crashed, that's for sure. They were able to keep the cars on track. While we see there an attack of, is that Shane van Gansen? Yeah. Passing.
It was Laurès getting
Laurès,
passed
sorry.
over.
Yeah, van Gansen. They're both Digitrack cars. Just need to check why. That's... oh! Das Romano was on the inside, and was that the Vlieger? Not sure who it was. Yeah.
No, was
Yeah,
it?
I think it was the Vlieger, actually. Could it be? He is in P11, and so I think it was... Not sure what happened there. Wasn't able to see it from the camera angle we had.
Yeah, it's not popping up in the timing as well, so that's unfortunate. Another driver jumped to pit lane, Stefan Le Guin.
Oh, was it maybe Legan? Because he's also in...
I think it
yeah,
was.
he's also in
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
that car
gonna,
is
it's gotta be
damaged.
him.
Yeah.
That might mean that I can go to the event. Let's see.
So Romano on the
Stefan Le Guin
inside.
on the outside. Yeah.
Oh, they just... I think it was very hard to see from the angle we had, but I think Romano couldn't hold the apex completely. Yeah, he went a little bit wide. Look at trying to give him some space, but just not enough, and then there was contact. So, yeah.
Das kaput indeed. He's going to be in pit lane for quite a while, and let's hope he
Fast
gets
repair.
to fix gets to use a fast repair and get out in time to get 50% of the race distance in, just to score some points. Oh,
there's another broken car. Doing the wise thing, just going off track. Was that... not sure who it was, actually.
Let me see.
I was really struggling. I think a tow back to pit lane is probably safer to do so. Mathieu Mol leading the AM class. I think it was Colin Christian who had an issue, the red car we saw.
Yeah, I can still hear it. There it is, driving into pit lane.
He will be so happy to see pit lane.
It's Colin Christian indeed. Peter still in the lead.
Yeah, and I do think that because of the contact between Talman and Florent Guillaume, that Guillaume has probably picked up some damage because he can't keep up anymore. And I even think that Crispin is getting closer as well.
Yeah, looks like he is.
Oh, again there, Peter struggling a little bit. Talman now underneath the rear ring of Peters, sorry. Although probably somebody, an Englishman or an American would probably say Peters.
Yeah, they would. But we're not American, are we?
No, we're not.
I am confused though, because now there is a crash of Christian coming in to the timing, but he should be in pit lane, I think.
Yeah, maybe if he had
he's out already.
Yeah, fast repair. Talman really now almost bum drafting again, but staying behind Peters at the moment. Let's have a look at the time of Guillaume. Yeah, he's losing definitely a little bit of time. His top speed is also less. And that means that Crispin is definitely getting closer again to Florent.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. He got more than half a second closer in the previous lap. 0.8 of a second to be exact.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So he will be catching up very soon with P3. There is 7 more minutes to go on the clock, so I think Guillaume will not make it into pit lane. He'll just keep on driving with the damage he has, if he has so. But I think he does, because now it's less than half a second.
Yeah, and please do not laugh with our English or American, because if you do that, I will clean my shovel.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Now comes the monkey out of the sleeve. Eh? Okay, back to racing.
Back to racing indeed. Talman didn't make a move. It looked like he was going to make one because he was under 1/10 of a second behind Peters, so that means he's almost inside Peters.
Yeah. I think he's probably thinking about, okay, if I fight now, if I overtake now, then there's a risk that others will come back. And I still would have to defend all the time. So maybe he's going for the one shot at the... yeah, it was just... Yeah. And as we said before, Crispin is indeed now close to Guillaume. And I was laughing because I saw another comment in the YouTube chat. So Crispin, yeah, definitely also looking for a good race result. Especially in this race, the race where it all counts, where you can gain the points. So he's chasing Guillaume and also chasing the last spot on the podium. And this might be an attack, and I do think indeed that Guillaume is suffering because his top speed is a bit lower. Crispin on the inside, yeah, sticking it to the apex. Guillaume just giving just enough room, and at the moment holding off Crispin. But he's down on top speed, Guillaume.
Yeah, he's staying close for now.
Yeah, the front wing of Guillaume is also a little bit bent, actually. If you see on the left side there, the wing is
right
bent.
side is lifted.
Yeah, so the right side, if you're in the car, indeed. Correct. Yep. Now, time is flying by. We are now 26 minutes into the race. Mathieu Mol still leading the AM class and doing a good job for the championship.
Yeah, he's going to extend his championship lead even further. It is close though. Yeah. He's only 5 points apart with Agnesis, but Agnesis is 3 positions in class further back. So it's going to be a good win for Mathieu Mol if he keeps it up like this for another 4 laps, I think.
Yeah, and the battle between Thalman and Peters is now again full on.
Yep, looked like Thalman went on the inside in T1. Now as the outside.
That's contact.
That's contact. Yeah, he couldn't keep that one straight. I couldn't have done that either. But he is back up and running.
And Crispin passed Florent Guillaume as well.
Yeah, Crispin made it past as well indeed. Now it's up to Thalman to keep up his position for another 2 or 3 laps, but that's not going to be easy because the front wing is bent as well, and it might have taken some wheel damage maybe. I'm not sure about that. We'll have to figure that out later on. Crispin less than 0.3 of a second behind him, chasing that second place overall.
Yeah, Crispin going for a shallower line, and Thalman does have damage. The car is sliding, so it's a bit loose. It's still more or less straight, I think, but I do think that the grip is less. Yeah,
these cars are quite sensible to damage, so
and
you really have to be careful with it.
He went slightly airborne, so the impact was definitely there. Oh, is he going into pit lane or not, or just defending? He's defending, but his top speed is,
totally gone.
Indeed.
So that probably means he's going to lose positions to Guillaume as well.
Depends on how much damage he, because now we have 2 damage cars. Guillaume is also down on top speed, although now in the slipstream of Crispin. Oh!
That was a bit too close for
Yep.
comfort. Compromising his exit line. Guillaume now making the move, getting besides him.
Yeah, and these two have
that's-
been fighting gloves off already at the start of the race, so... Oh, Crispin with a big mistake, big slide. What control! But that the Papa now is fighting for a podium. If he can keep his nose clean, he has the overspeed because his car is without damage.
Crispin really
Crispin
struggling with the
also-
tires, it seems. A good line from the Papa. He's now really chasing behind Thalman. Has the better position compared to Guillaume for the next corner. I think no, he doesn't.
No, but he will
It's a-
have the
it's a
overspeed. He
difficult
just
one.
has to stay close to Guillaume and Thalman because on the straight, and we are going for the final lap because I think that Peters
This
has
is
picked up
going
the
to be
white flag.
The white flag.
So the Papa should have the overspeed, I think. That's risky there, going on completely on the outside.
The white flag
But he's-
is being waved.
Yeah, he's on the
3
inside
wide.
now. Oh
Yeah.
no!
That's a big one.
That was not necessary.
Maxime Robroek in the second position right now. Made it past Thalman during the crash.
Yeah, and Robroek, his car is also without damage. But
Yeah,
not
so
sure
he
what
should
happened there
have the,
actually between the Papa and Guillaume and who did we lose?
Yeah, I think they tried to go 3 wide into T1 and that just doesn't work.
Yeah,
It
Crispin was
the,
also there as well.
It was a Valkyrie in the middle and yeah, it just got sandwiched.
Yeah.
So Robroek now 4 tenths away of Thalman, so he's probably been the underdog of tonight. Just waiting it out patiently, and then he saw it all happen right in front of him, and he took the opportunity. As they're going to through the chicane for the final time tonight. Vince Peters in the lead after a very exciting and eventful race. Onto the start-finish straight, and there we see the checkered flag being waved.
Another win. That's 3 in a row.
Next up is Maxime Robroek. I see cars going into pit lane. Thalman going into pit lane.
Yeah, that's
he has a
drive-through.
drive-through penalty. And so it's going to be Mathieu Collin taking P3. What is happening here tonight? He's taking the 3rd position out of nothing. Florent Guillaume also into pit lane. So it's Jonathan Delfoche taking P4. Look, there they are.
Yeah,
Thalman
we have to.
and Guillaume.
we have to
Mathieu Mol,
see-
the AM leader, taking the win or taking another win, as he does for tonight's race. Jiri Crispin also into pit lane. Lorenz de Vlieger taking P9 for now, but I think due to penalties he might take something out of it. Corradisco in P2 of AM, followed by Agnesis and Parot, Van der Smissen, and then Laures.
Yeah, it's. We'll have a look when everybody is moved across the finish line. We can have a look at the final result according to iRacing, but because indeed you will get a drive-through penalty if you hit that 10 incident mark, and if it's on the last lap, that's going to be, I think, 30 seconds added to your time. So
that's a lot.
So who is still out there on track? Nobody. I think
no one.
Maybe the Papa still.
So I think we can have a look at the results. Do you want to have a look at them overall or per class?
Let's go by class. Yep.
All right, Ronald. Let's let you take us through the pro class to start.
Yeah, in Pro Class, we see another win by Vince Peters, followed by Maxime Robroek, getting into P2. And in the end, it is Mathieu Collin who grabs the final podium spot because of some issues with other drivers, losing a lot of time in the last lap. P4, Jonathan Delforge, Lorenzo Vlieger, P5, Lucas Taalman, P6, Matthias Lorijs, P7, Gilles Philippaerts, P8, Olivier Warnier, P9. Good result by him as well. Jiri Crispijn dropping back to P10 in the end, followed by Shane van Gansen in P11, Florent Guillaume, P12, Pieter Goossens, P13, Søren Gerrits, P14, P15 is for Jasper Schoonakers. Benjamin De Pape, who was looking at the podium as well, dropped back to P16. And then we have Stéphane Leguin in P17, followed by Lucas Romano, P18. And those are our pro drivers, I believe.
I think so. No, I can
Oh
go
yeah,
a little
Renzo
bit further,
Allenbroek and Sacha Gorlet. Sacha Gorlet, not sure why he dropped out of the race. That's something we missed. Renzo Allenbroek had some issues at the start right away, so unfortunately, no race for him. AM class.
All right, the AM class. It's Mathieu Mol taking the win for the AM class. Next to him is Nicolas Cordisco on the podium, and on the other side it's Julien Agnesis, the other championship contender. P4, Fabrice Parot, followed by Stefan van der Smissen. Kenny Liebert in P6, followed by Michael Mailleux and Shana Classes. And in P9 and P10 is for Maxime Musin and Colin Christian.
Yep, and that's everybody, I think. So yeah,
yes, it was a good one.
Speechless, as they say. Let's have a look if there's somebody in the interview room. We do have Maxime Robroek, so maybe let's have a chat with him already. Good evening, Maxime. Do you prefer English or Dutch?
Dutch.
Oké, dan doen we dat even in het Nederlands. Ja, P2 op het einde, op het moment dat het telt. De kat een beetje uit de boom gekeken, maar dan is de boom met de kat en alles naar beneden gekomen en heb jij de tweede positie kunnen bemachtigen. Vertel eens, hoe was dat vanuit jouw standpunt?
Ik had het voelen aankomen. Ze waren met 3 heel dicht aan het rijden de voorlaatste ronde. En laten we zeggen dat iedereen misschien wel niet al veel stress had of al een beetje nerveus was. En ik dacht van, ik ga hier gewoon op het gemak achteraan aansluiten. En we zien wel wat er gebeurt als ik ergens een haartje zie.
Ja.
En het moest niet lang wachten achter de eerste bocht was toch vandaag. Dus.
Ja, en het was meteen te goed. Hè? Direct een aantal...
Ja,
sorry, ik moest even lachen met een comment van Anton. Ik mag echt niet naar de chat zien. Nee, je zag het inderdaad aankomen. Het was meteen ook een aantal wagens die we daar verloren. En dan heb je dat maximaal kunnen kapitaliseren. En voor de heatrace en zo, hoe was dat? Want daar was je ook mee vooraan.
Ik kan even denken. Heat 1. Ja, het was ook wel een heel leuke race. Met Renzo en met Jiri. Ja, ook gewoon hetzelfde principe. Gewoon afwachten en blijven volgen, omdat die man echt wel heel snel zijn op bepaalde momenten.
Ja.
En ik was wel aan het vechten met mijn bandjes.
Ja.
Ja, hetzelfde verhaal daar. Het enige dat ik een beetje een probleem mee had, lag het aan mij of bij Renzo. Ik zag af en toe een lijkmomentje opkomen. En dat was misschien wel op veilig spelen, zeker in de heatrace. Want dat is een beetje de kwalificatie voor de grote race. Hè. Dus
klopt.
ja, het heeft geloond. Hè. Geduld is een schone zaak, zeggen ze altijd. Dus,
ja, inderdaad. Dat brengt alles op. En ik geloof inderdaad dat Uilenbroek in die heat wat connection, zodat hij een paar keer inderdaad wegblipte en terugkwam. Dat is misschien ook de reden waarom dat hij dan toch een probleem had nog bij de start van de feature race.
Ja,
zou kunnen.
Hij stond inderdaad aan de start, maar eigenlijk dat het groen was, was hij weg.
Ja.
En dat was het moment, ik ga nu volledig achter Benjamin duiken.
Ja.
Want ik weet niet waar dat hij opeens gaat terug oppoppen, zeg
Ja.
maar. En dan opeens na de eerste bocht zag ik dat hij gedisconnect was. Dus was mijn stressmomentje wel weg op dat moment.
Ja, klopt. Want het is inderdaad altijd bang afwachten als je achter een auto hangt die onstabiel is qua connectie en dan af en toe wegblubt. In ieder geval, Maxime, proficiat met het resultaat. Ja, heb ik toch weer een comment gelezen, zeker van Anton. Maar inderdaad, patience is a beauty case. Proficiat, Maxime. Zijn er nog mensen die jij wilt bedanken?
Misschien mijn papaatje, die altijd aan het kijken is,
Ja.
aan het supporteren is in een zetel.
Voilà.
Dus bij deze, mijn trouwe supporter, wil ik misschien wel bedanken.
Oh, wel, perfect.
Merci, papa Robroek.
Hij zal zeker op het puntje van de stoel of de bank gezeten hebben op het laatste, ongetwijfeld. Dus ja, goed gedaan. En ja, dan zien we jou waarschijnlijk volgende keer opnieuw. Hè?
Ja, is goed.
Oké. Dag Maxime.
Tot snel.
Yo.
Dag. En dan kunnen we misschien ook eens babbelen met Mathieu Mol. Good evening, Mathieu.
Hello.
So, P1.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Very glad.
Tell us about your race, because Agnesis was in front of you in the feature race at the start of the race, but then had an issue. We were not sure what happened exactly because we only saw the later part of the crash. But that was your opportunity to overtake him, and then you just kept position.
I saw him spinning during turn 9 or 10, or 11, sorry, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's spin. And
Yeah.
yes, that was the opportunity, but I hope a battle with him, but that will be for the next time, hopefully.
Yeah, we were looking forward to a battle indeed as well, because you both are fighting for the top position in the championship at the moment. For now, you are still in front and you are gaining some points, so you are definitely setting your position a lot stronger at the moment. So how are you looking towards the final 3 races of the season?
I will keep going the same way, training as much as possible and hope for the best result, and especially avoid collision.
Yeah. And also overall, you scored a nice seventh place, so that's a nice result as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
and 7 positions gained as well, so that's a pretty strong race, if you ask me.
Yes, I'm quite surprised actually to be such in the top 10, but I saw some drive-through, I think. Yes.
Yeah. There were definitely some cars with too much incident points at the end. There was a lot of stuff going on in front, and they lost. They dropped. A lot of them dropped back, indeed. So, once again, Mathieu, congratulations with your victory in the AM class. We hope to see you again next race.
Yes, I will. I hope so.
All right, then we will see you next time.
See you in 2 weeks then.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, let's have a chat with Nicolas or Nicola. Good evening.
Nicolas.
Nicola?
Good evening. Yes.
Okay, but
It's the same.
the first thing I'm going to ask you is, tell me how to pronounce your last name so that we can do it the correct way the next time.
In French, I'm French.
Yeah.
Right. It's Cordisco. But
So-
in English, I can say Cordisco.
But it's Nicola Cor in French.
Disco.
Cordisco.
Yes.
Like that. Okay, so Nicola Cordisco. Okay.
Just like you read it.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, just to be sure.
Simple.
So, but congratulations with your P2 in the AM class.
Thank you.
Strong result. Your teammate won the race because you drive in the same team, Origa Racing. So tell us about your race, and not only the last race, but your whole evening. How did you experience that one?
My first race in A2 is I switch in French.
Yeah, no
Is
problem.
okay.
Yeah.
Ouais, ça
But,
va.
ça va.
Thank you. Donc ma première course donc en I2, ça a été un mauvais départ. En tout cas, je me suis fait dépasser quelques places.
Mhm.
Après, j'ai pu reprendre les quelques places et ensuite ça a été beaucoup du no man's land. J'étais à 3-4 secondes de la personne devant moi qui roulait certainement dans les mêmes vitesses. Impossible de revenir sur lui, il faisait pas de faute, donc du coup ça a été très clean et enfin une course très propre pour moi en tout cas. Et alors pour ma performance en tout cas, j'étais dans des bonnes conditions et je faisais des bons tours, pas de faute, donc ça c'était très très bon. Et pour la deuxième course en feature, là ça a été un peu plus difficile. Une première fois en feature race et le départ a été très musclé.
Yeah.
Quelques petits contacts avec quelques pilotes, je me suis laissé dépasser. Je me suis dit que c'était pas forcément ma bataille. Beaucoup de pros étaient là aussi, donc j'ai laissé faire leur course. Et ensuite, après, il y a eu quelques accrochages devant moi qui m'a permis de remonter. Et alors, la petite touche, c'est je viens de revoir le replay au deuxième virage. C'était au deuxième tour, au virage 11. Je fais un beau freinage intérieur juste après. Voilà, ça c'était topissime comme dépassement.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to respond in English, or maybe Jean, if you can do it in French, that's okay as well.
Oui, à mon avis, c'était une belle
Ah, voilà.
performance. P3 en classe dans le premier heat, donc
Oui.
c'est très bien. Je ne sais plus à quelle position tu étais parti, tu te rappelles ou pas?
Au hit 2, je suis parti 12e.
Ah
Je
voilà,
termine
donc tu as quand même
10 en
gagné
général.
quelques places,
Ouais.
donc P10 overall, donc ça c'est une très belle.
Très bien,
Et
ouais.
maintenant aussi
Ouais.
deuxième en classe, donc ce sont de belles pains à gagner, hein. Surtout pour le championnat, il y a encore trois courses
Oui.
à venir, donc il y a une bonne chance que tu vas terminer assez haut dans les standings si tu continues comme ça, hein.
Oui, et enfin, on va dire le malheur fait le bonheur d'autres personnes. Mes
Ça
concurrents,
c'est toujours vrai, ouais.
mes concurrents n'étaient pas forcément là, et alors Kenny Libers et Stéphane ont terminé derrière moi, donc
Ouais.
du coup, voilà, j'en profite.
Ouais, voilà.
Ouais, et
C'est
voilà.
que il faut utiliser la situation. Hey, quand on peut, on doit faire le mieux pour avoir des points. Hein. Alors,
Oui.
vous avez fait
Absolument.
ça et congratulations, I would
you.
say in English. Thank you, Nicolas, pour être ici.
Thank you,
Et on va vous voir la prochaine fois aussi, hein, je crois.
Oui,
Ah,
je
voilà.
suis là. Je suis tout le temps là.
Voilà, très bien. Avez une bonne soirée encore et
Ah, aussi.
à la prochaine.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Au
Bye.
revoir. Alors, et pour finir, on va, désolé, on va parler avec Mathieu Collin. Ça, c'est le dernier pilote qu'on va parler avec. Good evening. Vous voulez parler français aussi, Mathieu?
Français, flamand ou néerlandais.
Oh,
Néerlandais ou l'anglais, c'est la même chose.
Vous pouvez choisir.
L'anglais alors.
Ah, là. OK,
All right.
très bien. Non, bon, no, oh, good. No.
Roland.
Sorry. That's a podium for you, so congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
I think it was quite an eventful race, especially at the beginning of the race. There was a lot of stuff going on everywhere throughout the whole field. So tell us about your first few laps. How did you experience them?
Just really slow because I started P30. Because in the first race I got I got a little touch when I was in P3 and then lost a lot of time and finished 15th, so I had to start in 30th place.
Yeah.
And it was just trying to maneuver through the field and not make any mistakes and just don't make any contact with
Yeah.
the other players, because I have the feeling the moment that you touch another car in the Formula 4 that you just lose the car and the position. So
Yeah.
so I really try to not to have as much as respect for everybody and just do not touch the other cars.
Mm-hmm. And I must say that it paid off, because for some others it ended very badly in the end.
And to be honest, it was really not expected, because I just wanted to have the car in P7, and I was just focusing on that, and then I got him just in the last corner, and then the crashes began. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So,
it's often so, especially in the first part of the race. We have mentioned that in during the race as well. So keeping your nose clean at the start of the race, staying out of trouble, picking up the pieces, and then just gradually moving up the field is also, especially if you're starting from the back, you have to be just be patient a little bit and then just go full on. And yeah, it paid off well for you. So third place, that's a very nice result.
But I think that's the word, that patience. I think just having some patience, looking what the other drivers are doing, where the lines are, and then trying to anticipate and not just going for every gap that exists. I think that's what Ayrton Senna always says. But I think a lot of incidents get avoided if we look for the right moment to pass.
Indeed, and I do think, and maybe some of the diehard Senna fans don't like that, but it's also a bit of a power talk by Senna, just like trying to scare other people, saying if you no longer go for a gap, blah, blah, blah. Next time you have him in your rearview mirror, you're going to think about that. But that's not, he will not always go for a non-existing gap. It's also a bit of a power play stuff. So I'm quite sure he wouldn't dive into every small gap like an idiot. So indeed, I think you have to really put those words in the correct context of everything. Indeed, you have to be smart. If there's a gap, you have to go for it, but you have to be smart as well.
Agreed.
And you showed that's definitely some truth in there, because you got a podium. Again, congratulations, Mathieu. And I guess we will see you next race as well.
Absolutely.
Are there any people you would like to thank?
Maybe my girlfriend, if she's still listening. My uncle, by the way, Christian Collin, who was always also driving. It's kind of we do the championship together.
All right, yeah,
nice.
Great.
So yeah, and then I think the teammates of Digitrax.
Of course, yeah.
Because
so now I see there's an issue in the SDK. So it's Christian Collin and not Colin Christian. Is that?
Yeah, I could hear now as you were speaking English. I was looks more like sounds more like Flemish than French actually.
So I'm Flemish, but my uncle is French speaking. So.
Okay, yeah, that's clear.
That's not confusing at all.
No. Well. Nevertheless,
anyways, good performance today. So congratulations on getting some good points for the championship. With a little bit of luck in the end, but
Absolutely.
you gained. I think you gained the most positions of all. 26 positions gained. So congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
all right.
Indeed. Thank you thank you, Mathieu, and also your uncle for joining the championship. And we will see you next race.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good evening.
Good evening. All right.
Yes.
What a race, Ronald. I'm very much looking forward to the next rounds. But maybe before we go, you can say something about the giveaway. When is it known and stuff?
Well, I have to say I have to admit I don't really know the exact details, but Simon will make sure that there's a follow-up, and he will get in touch with the winners for sure. So I don't think if I can, I don't see anything at the moment about that. So, but I'm quite sure that Simon will have a look at that and get in contact with the winners of the prizes of the giveaway by IMB. So he will make sure that that's done. So, thank you everybody for watching. It was hefty amount of racing we saw. Thank you also, Jean, for joining me in the commentary. And we will see each other next time.
With pleasure, and we will certainly do. So good luck to all the drivers for the next preparations. Congratulations to the winner and podium finishers, and I hope to see all the drivers in the next race.
Yeah, definitely. So have a good evening, everybody, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Cheers. See you next time.